Hello, my friends. Jerry Rosa here in the Rosa Stringworks Man Cave. Don't have a very long video for you today, but I do have two short videos, I guess you'd say. The first one having to do with Sue's lawn tractor. I mentioned the other day that she got a real thrill when the drive belt broke and the thing came down the hill with her, and she had no control at all, and it ran into the back porch of the old house. In fact, it actually hung over the back porch, and the back porch is below ground level. It's hard to explain. It's different. But anyway, she was lucky not to get hurt, and that it just turned out like it did. I drug the old lawn tractor up to the shop, and that's kind of where the video starts out. So take a look at this. Well, my friends, I have an extra belt in stock that should fit this. But see where it's got to go? It's got to go on those pulleys there. There's barely, there's not enough room to get my finger through there, as you can see. Can't even get a finger through. I don't think this belt will go through easily. I'll get it through somehow. It's got to go around those two. It's got to go up underneath here. And after it goes around that pulley way back there, it's got to go around this idler pulley up on the ceiling up there, and then around this pulley back here. And yeah, it's a piece of cake, except that it's not. It's just not simple. Overall, I really like the design of this tractor. And for me to say that, you got to know it's designed pretty well, because I can't stand most designs. They just screw it up. But here's a place where this thing, in my opinion, screwed it up. And that's on putting on this dry belt. It's got to go around these two pumps. And yeah, it's just, there's no room. You can't get your fingers in here. I've tried to pull it up through there with a pick. It's just not, there's barely enough room to get it through there if you can. This does not come off. It's got to go around both of those, and there's a tall fence between here and here that you can barely get this through above that fence. It is just really ridiculous. And from underneath, you can't even hardly see these pulleys. It's just so ridiculous. And then you got to come around that idler pulley about here in the middle, and then they go around the big dry pulley in the back. Oh my gosh, it's unbelievably difficult. I just don't get why they make things this way. It just makes no sense. I'm really seriously tempted about taking the plasma cutter and just cutting this out about a ½ inch bigger all the way around, and that would solve the problem. You could get in there and put this on. It's pitiful that they do this. An even better way would be to cut across here and put a hinge on that, and where this folds up and down, or here, you know, you'd have to fix it where you could fold it. Man, just ridiculous. My friends, I completely dropped the ball on filming the rest of this tractor belt situation. But let me just show you. The belt you know, those two holes were right here and right there. And of course you have to take the gas tank out to see that or get to it. But on, you know, if you could just picture the round hole here and the round hole here. And what I did was I just took the cutting torch, or actually it was the plasma cutter, my Andeli plasma cutter, and I just cut a little bit of a crescent moon on there and a little bit of a crescent moon on this side. So on the in-between sides. That allowed me to get the belt up in there and the belt up in there and then work the belt around both pulleys. And that was all it took to do it. Yeah, it wasn't that difficult, but I kind of dropped the ball on filming it at that point because I was kind of aggravated with the whole process. But it didn't take too long to do it. And what's really good is that the next time that belt breaks, and there will be a next time, it'll be much easier to put on.
Yep, it will be much easier. It really wasn't too bad. The plasma cutter did a nice job. I cut it out as neatly as I could. Then I used a little grinder tool on my, an air grinder, and just with a small burr, and just smoothed it out as best I could. I mean, it's not perfect by any stretch, but it's decent enough that it's not going to catch on the belt or anything. And yet it gives me room to get the belt up in there on both sides, and slam bam, it's fixed. So I'm happy about that, and the lawn tractor's back to doing its thing, and Sue's happy about that. Speaking of cutting grass, I have another short little clip here for you that is related to cutting grass, and there will be another video coming out after this, but this is just a warm-up clip, I guess you'd say. Here it is.
My friends, I believe we've received a new package from Wild Badger Power. As you can see, we did. It looks like a really nice machine. We got a 21-inch lawnmower. It's a 40 volt, and it says self-propelled. Now that's crazy. Self-propelled. I didn't expect that. I was expecting to just push it. Looks like it comes with 2 batteries also. 4-in-1 mowing function, it says. A fast charger. Wow. This looks like a neat deal. A 3-year residential warranty. Well, we've received quite a few different products from Wild Badger, and I have to say every one of them has met my standards of usability. But every product, and including this product, you have to size it to the job at hand. In other words, I wouldn't expect this to cut 10 acres, but on a small lawn or something, this would be perfect. Maybe on a hillside, where, a steep hillside, because this will be fairly light, plus it's self-propelled. Possibly that would be a good application. Let's get it out of the box and see just what it's all about.
So, just a warm-up clip there, I guess. Anyway, that we did take that out of the box, put it together, and tried it out this morning. And I tried it out on just about the steepest grass hill we have. And in other words, if you turn loose the mower, it rolls to the bottom just instantly. Gravity takes it to the very bottom of the hill. So it's that kind of steep. And the grass was pretty tall. And that thing had the power and the traction. I was concerned that it might have the power, but it wouldn't have the traction. But it actually did have the traction to go up the hill, cut the grass just fine. Just one pass up and one pass back down filled the grass catcher in the back about half full. I was amazed how well the thing worked. Yeah, Sue is absolutely tickled to have it. I'm not kidding you. She's beside herself. She loves that thing. So it's really pretty cool. The mower we had received from Wild Badger probably going on 2 years ago. They still use it all the time. JR borrows it all the time now and cuts on his new little spec house that he built that he's going to sell. It's got a pretty steep hillside and grass area, and he takes that little Wild Badger electric mower and cuts the grass with that every time, and he says he cuts the whole yard still on one battery charge. And that's the other thing about the Wild Badger batteries packs. They generally, on most of their things, they give you 2 batteries, and then the battery packs have lasted. We have not had to replace a single battery pack yet, and these things have gotten a lot of use, especially that lawnmower. So it's, I'm pretty impressed, really. Is it super heavy duty? No, it doesn't seem to be, but is it heavy enough? Seems to be. Seems to be pretty darn good. That's really all I have for today. I will fill you in on a couple of other things. Last night we had a band practice. We had it at Beverly's house. It's the first time we've been there for a practice, I think. And we practiced for 2 shows. One is this Saturday evening. It's at the Highgate Baptist Church in Highgate, Missouri. You could probably Google it and find it. I couldn't give you specific directions. If I could, I would. But if you're in the area and you want to make the show, it'll be tomorrow evening, Saturday evening at 6 o'clock. And then there will be a dinner also. So come out and join us if you can. And if Tony's watching, Tony, if you are available to come and play fiddle with us tomorrow evening, text me or something, and we'd love to have you out there. And then next Saturday, and again, this goes to Tony also, next Saturday evening, we are going to play at the Lyric Live Theater in downtown Newburgh. And we generally have a decent crowd, 40, 50 people attend it. So that'll be this next Saturday. And also, I believe it starts at 6, but it might be 7 on that one. I'm not really sure on that one. But anyway, it's next Saturday at the Lyric Live Theater in Newburgh. So we're quote-unquote practiced up. I'm not sure you can practice up enough to do shows like that, but we tried. Let's see, what else? I think that's it. Let's go to the comments and see what's going on there. Ronald Todd says, good afternoon, Jerry and everyone from the West Banks of New Jersey. If I can remember it this time. Now, ironically, I had my mandolin sitting next to me every single day this week and forgot to pick it up and play a tune every single day. Today, ironically, I don't have the mandolin sitting here, and I'm thinking about that, and I'm thinking that if I get done with this in time, I want to play a tune for y'all. So if you're interested in hearing it, and you may not want to, but anyway, we'll do that at the end. If I remember. It's getting harder and harder to remember, too. Ronald Todd's there. B.H. Ringer from Nova Scotia. Joe Cool says, every afternoon is another chance to make today amazing. And David Tharp says, howdy, everybody. Stephen Foster has 2 state songs, Florida and Kentucky, The Old Folks at Home and My Old Kentucky Home. I'll be, let's see, as far as, I may have my facts a little bit askew on this, but Bill Monroe wrote 2 songs, and both are Kentucky state songs, is the way I understand it. The Blue Moon of Kentucky and Kentucky Waltz. I believe that's right. But anyway, Bill Monroe wrote two songs, and I believe they're both Kentucky state songs. So if you're from Kentucky, you can chime in and see if that's right or not. I think that's right. Bill Rhodes, good afternoon, Jerry. And then Wavy Gravy says, speaking of Kentucky, Perry Bechtel's version of Kentucky Babe is a masterpiece on YouTube. Gene Autry would have loved it. Okay. I'll see if I can remember. I'll try to check that out. but I can't. Rod Wentler, hi folks. And then Jeffrey P says, speaking of mowers, I need to do some yard work for rain, praying for rain. Also, by the way, there was another announcement I wanted to make. October 15th through 18th, we'll be down in Mountain View, Arkansas, jamming again. I've got my reservations already. I'll be staying at that Naughty Squirrel down there, and we'll be just, jamming in the afternoons and evenings. I wanted to, if you're interested in coming down there, you can email me, rosastringworks@gmail.com, and I'll send you my telephone number where you can get in touch with us while we're down there as far as texting back and forth and everything to let you know what's going on. In addition to that, Gary and Don and maybe more, are both staying more than just the 4 days. Like Bruce and I. Bruce is from Mississippi, and I'm, obviously from here in Missouri. But we're only staying the 4 days, like Thursday through Sunday, or the rest. But Don and Gary are going to stay for a whole month, I believe. So they'll be there on the 15th through about the 15th of November, sounds like, or at least a long time into November. They're staying about a month. So anyway, if you're all interested in going down there, you'd have somebody to look up and pick with down there too, if with Gary and Don too, if you can't make the time that we're down there. Let's see. Ronald B5M says, good afternoon, Jerry and friends. Remember to keep the faith, love, hope, prayer, smile. Have an awesome weekend. Bruce Ducker, howdy y'all. Hope everyone is doing well. Gino Hitch says, hi, Jerry and friends. Just barely made it on time. Was mowing grass today. Well, there's a lot of mowing themes here today in the vlog, aren't there? Bill Webb says, good afternoon, Jerry and friends. Bruce Ducker, you're like Sue, Gino Hitch. You're always mowing. You have no idea. She's always mowing. You are right about that. Bill Mumbo, hi you folks. And then David Tharp says, a friend of mine couldn't afford his water bill and the utilities threatened to shut his water off. So I sent him a get well soon card. Get well for water. Yeah, okay. Took me a few seconds on that one, but I think I got it. You're messed up, David. Bill Mumbo, David Tharp. Patrick has glued the neck on the guitar. And then Don Nice says, Jerry and friends, I would like to hear anything. Well, you're about to hear exactly what you asked for. See, I'm not kidding. I didn't have it ready. So I haven't practiced anything, so we'll see how it goes. It's probably in tune good enough to fit my singing. Close enough, I guess. This is one of my favorite tunes. This is a absolute jam buster. You play this at a jam, and 80% of the people are going to just be watching. They're not going to be playing. It's in the key of G part of the time. It also has a C, a D, an E minor, a B, an A minor, and an A. It's got a lot of chords. Redwood Hill. It was on a rainy day. You rise above the throng and to talk to Mother Nature for a while. She told me of her love for the children in her trust and of her great concern for the likes of you and me, and us. Crying though she was, she did speak these tender words. The thing that I am, I could not change for any man. I tried to comfort her, but she would not be still. And how the rain did fall as I found my way back down the Redwood Hill. Crying though she was, she did speak these tender words. The thing that I am, I could not change for any man. I tried to comfort her, but she would not be still. And how the rain did fall as I found my way back down the Redwood Hill. No, I'll not forget the day when Mother Nature cried on the Redwood Hill. That's one of my favorite tunes. It's just a cool tune. Some famous guy did that tune or wrote that tune, and you all know who it is, and I don't. I'd know his name if I heard it, but I can't say it right now. I know who it is, but I just can't say it. It's just the way it always is. Let's see. Let's see. After Don Nice comment there, then we had Bill Mumbo. Surely it's better to be always mowing than always moaning. Well, I'd say that's true. Bill Mumbo, mind you, I had a cat that was always meowing. And Ronald Todd, I think all cats are always meowing. Ronald Todd, wouldn't you know, Jerry, as soon as you started playing, a commercial popped up. Well, bummer. Bill Mumbo is all applause there. Well, thank you. Yeah, I think that's one of my favorite tunes. It's just a fun tune. If anybody is brand new out there looking at this, this is the world's finest mandolin ever built by a human. Except that it's not, but that's what we called it anyway on the YouTube video. But there is a whole series on building this mandolin. If you'd like to check it out, feel free. I would appreciate it if you'd watch it. David Tharp says, was it Francis Scott Key that wrote that song? Maybe. Who was it? Was it that Canadian songwriter, the one that, you know, wrote the Edmund Fitzgerald, all that? What's his name? Was it him? It was somebody like that. If it wasn't him, I don't know. You can't prove anything by me, especially when it comes to names. Pitiful, just pitiful. Let's see. Trying to think of one if there's one I haven't done in a while that I wrote, but I can't think of any. I don't know what key I did this in. I'll try it in G. My heart is broken while yours beats strong. I'm getting it way too slow. That's not going to work that well. I think I'll pass on that because I'll probably mess it up anyway. Eddie Turner says, I watched a video of a cat sitting outside a glass door watching a steel guitar player. My cat looks at the glass door to get outside when I play mine. Oh, let's see. Sarah married John in 64. And in that same year he marched off to war, leaving Sarah in the valley all alone. But that would change soon after he had gone. She washed the baby's clothes in the nearby spring, and it was there she lost her precious wedding ring. Feeling more alone, she longed for his return. The nights were long as her heart would yearn. And then 150 years pass into view, when her precious wedding band was found anew, just as if her soul were there for all to see. Sarah, John, and their baby. War raged on as Sarah made her way. The baby grew more like John every day. She prayed that one day soon the war would end, and she'd see John coming round the bend. Despite the odds, John made his way home. Though weak and sick, Sarah would hang on, till the baby's daddy held him to his breast, allowing Sarah to find eternal rest. And then 160 years pass into view, when her precious wedding band was found anew, just as if her soul were there for all to see. Sarah, John, and their baby. And then 160 years pass into view, when her precious wedding band was found anew, just as if her soul were there for all to see. Sarah, John, and their baby. Sarah, John, and their baby. And the reason I wrote that song, most of you know, but I used my metal detector and started finding all kinds of Civil War stuff here on the farm, which I am going to do a short video on next week probably, showing you all the things I found. And then I found a lot of Pioneer stuff, and I found a few small children's items that would indicate that the folks that lived here did have a child or a baby. And so I put all those three things together into that song, and that's how I came to write that. I think the most dramatic part of it was that I found a wedding band. It was just a copper wedding band that had been gold gilded. I found it in the spring, and it was about 18 inches deep down in the spring. And so with finding all the Civil War stuff, finding that wedding band, finding the children's stuff, and all the Pioneer stuff, it just made sense to write a song about all that, and that's what I did. By the way, I started kicking around a song idea last night on the way back from practice, and it may not ever materialize, but I throw it out to you because sometimes you guys will throw a line at me that makes me think, oh, yeah, I could put that in there, and so sometimes you guys give me good ideas. Like on that song I just wrote, several of you made suggestions on a couple, and there's a couple of lines in the song that I did take your suggestions or a piece of your suggestion. So what is the new song? The new song idea is about eating sugar, salt, and preservatives. Eat the way I eat, obviously is not the norm because I don't eat a single vegetable at all, none, not any. And people say stuff like that, and then they sit down to dinner and they have a small salad, and they go, well, you said you just eat meat and potatoes. And he goes, well, I don't eat very much salad, just a little bit, I'm going, I eat that much salad. 0 double goose eggs. I don't eat any. I don't eat a green bean. I don't eat a piece of lettuce. I don't eat a pickle. Nothing. There's no vegetables that go down these pipes. So I thought it would be cool to write some kind of a silly song about the health benefits of sugar, salt, and preservatives. So if y'all can think of anything and you have any lines that would work with that, well, just feel free to throw them out at any time and just say song idea or something, and I'll be happy to. I'm just going to kick it around for a few days because I haven't really got any good opening lines or anything yet. I mean, I really haven't come up with anything on the song. I tried a bunch of lines last night on the way home and none of them clicked. So there you go. Sometimes you guys are good at that. And Ronald Todd says, was it Gordon Lightfoot? Yeah. I believe that's who I think wrote that song, but I don't know if that's right or not. Yeah, it could totally be wrong. He Lester Cunningham says, yes, Gordon Lightfoot wrote Redwood Hill. Oh, there you go. See, I must be psychic. Don Nye says, Jerry, thanks, great song. Well, you're welcome. Ronald Todd, what's the current rate for co-writing? You get just as much as I get for writing, which is generally a double goose egg. But if you divide it out and you work on a quantity basis, it comes out in the end. So anyway, that's what, the last show that we did live here on YouTube. We really, honestly, didn't have a very good, turnout or rate of return or whatever you want to call it for the band. And I told them, I said, well, it's okay, guys. We can make it up on volume. So anyway, that's it, guys. I appreciate you all being here. Hopefully you'll be around on Monday when we get back to this. And I don't know if I'll get a video out over the weekend or not. I'm going to send this video I made this morning about that lawnmower. I'm going to send that to Wild Badger. And I think you'll like to watch the video because I think you'll be impressed. I was definitely impressed. I did not expect it to do as well as it did because I didn't baby it. I went straight to the steepest hill and pretty tall grass, and I thought, let's just see if this sucker can do anything. And it did. It didn't even bog down at all. And so there you go. Spoiler alert. Let's see. Jeff Fort says, great song. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Y'all take care. We will see you Monday with something else. Zacharack says, your song line. Your song line. I didn't really have one. I said, I was trying to think of what, I had a few opening lines, but they didn't really do it for me. And now I can't think of how I had it going, to be honest with you. So it's still open for debate. Any part of that song could be open for debate. So if you think of anything and maybe you want to throw it out at me Monday, well, try that. We'll see you then. Take care.